And so we move on to Tuesday. I'm having to look at my journal to prompt my memory. Tuesday we were supposed to be running Crash again, but I had a lie-in. It was my lie-in day. And then we all decided that we were going to do different things. My mother and father decided they wanted to go to a big bookshop called Barter's Books, which is in Elmwick, and then they went on to Cragside Hall, which is a large sort of estate. My sisters decided they were going to take the babies and my nan around a place called Howick Hall, which is was the home of Earl Grey, so another sort of estate with a hall and gardens. It was my day for my first free day, so I decided I was going to basically take a trip along the coast to do the coastline. Now, I had my trusty map, and basically between Newcastle in the south and a place called Berwick upon Tweed in the north, you've got a coastline, a bus, and the bus uses a place called Amble as its halfway mark. Everything above Amble will cost you £6.30 for a day ticket where you can hop on and hop off as many times as you like. The buses between Amble and Elmwick are very, very frequent indeed. The buses that continue from Elmwick up to Berwick-on-Tweed are roughly half what they are below. I assume the same is true south of Amble to Newcastle. So if you think about it as a place like with Elmmouth in the middle, then 20 miles north you have a place called Sea Houses. 20 miles south of Elmmouth you have a place called Morpeth, and then if you add a further 20 miles-ish in both directions you get up to Berwick and down to Newcastle. So we were within a sort of 40-mile stretch of the coast, and then add another 40, 20 either side. And I was going to concentrate on the middle bit, but nothing interested me when I looked below Amble. So that was good. You know, I didn't have to go very far south. I got on the bus, and the bus goes from Elmmouth to Lesbury, and then it goes to Walketh, and then Amble. I got off at Amble, and Amble was like a little town, a little seaside town, which had a marina and not much else, although I think the shopping was probably not too bad. So I looked around there for a bit, and then I got on the bus and headed north, and we took a stop to Walketh, which was only one stop higher. Now, Walketh is on a river, and I believe it's the Coquet River, and where that comes out, in the same bay in fact as the Elmmouth, is Coquet Island. So we're there, and there's also a castle at Walketh. So I decided that I was going to look around this castle, and it was spectacular. It was a ruin, but it was pretty much intact as a ruin. It was a National Trust property. Sorry, no, a English Heritage property, as most of the places up here are. It was about £6 to get in, and worth every penny. Unfortunately, I did happen to choose a day when there were a lot of school children around, which meant that, you know, you had huge groups of children moving around. The same site was split in two, and down by the river there was a hermitage, which cost you another £4 to get in. I didn't in fact go to that, and part of that was probably because the walk and the school children had just taken its toll by that time. So I went into the centre of Walketh and looked around their church there, the parish church of St Lawrence, before catching the bus. At this point, I had lunch there as well. At this point, it began to rain because this was the day that was supposed to be the second worst day weather-wise. So I was all right on the bus, and the bus went back to Irnmouth. Then it went to Alnwick, but I didn't get off there. And then it went up the coast. It went past a place called Bamburgh, which is an RAF base, and it has its own mushroom. Sorry, not mushroom. Yes, I do mean mushroom. No, I don't. I mean golf ball, but it only has one golf ball. And then to a place called Longhorton, and then I passed Howick, which of course was where my sister was at that time. And then we reached Craster, and Craster is like a little tiny village perched on the edge of a very high cliff, with a harbour which is so small it's almost a folly at the bottom, and this double-decker bus goes streaming down this hill, screeching up the other side, and then reverses to turn round. It's all very petrifying at the front of a double-decker bus. Didn't get off there either. So then we carried on past Dunstanburgh, but we went inland slightly to a place called Embleton, and then it was supposed to call in at Low Newton by the sea, but it didn't. It called in at Bednall instead. And then finally it reached Sea Houses. Now, I dithered about whether to get off at Sea Houses and do the trip to the Farne Isles, which happens from there, but it was very bad weather, and I thought, I might have missed the last boat, because we were verging on about 2 in the afternoon, and so I decided in the end not to bother, and I stayed on the bus, and the bus next went up to a place called Bamburgh. Now, there's a castle at Bamburgh, and it's supposed to be, they call themselves the King of Castles. It's a very large castle, and it's not bad. It's about £10 to get in, but it is worth that because they have about 15 staterooms open, plus the keep, plus there's a museum, plus there's an art gallery, plus there's a tea shop, and there's a walk around the walls, etc. The weather was bad when I arrived still, so I decided to do the inside part first, which was probably best, and then it dried up by the time I came back out, so I was able to do the outside as well. I got to see their art gallery and sort of look at their museum. The one thing I only got to see from afar was their lighthouse. And then, what did I do then? I went down to catch the bus and discovered that I'd missed it by about 5 minutes and had to wait another hour or so. So I decided to have a look around Bamburgh itself, and they have a little square there, and they have what they call the Grove, which is a sort of sunken area full of trees, and this little sort of copse, if you like, hides an open cast mine that was used to redo parts of the castle at certain times.